After a baby is orphaned and raised by a small village, he ascends the largest waterfall I've ever seen and attempts to rescue a kingdom from its ruthless ruler. Once again, I have to thank my YouTube comment section for recommending this movie to me. RRR was my favorite movie of 2022, and I truly am enjoying going back through the director's filmography. In many ways, this film feels a lot like RRR. It has a lot of the director's trademarks, including slow-mo mixed with fast-forward shots, heroes with incredible strength, people getting hit in the head with giant logs, epic battles, a cute love story, massive sets that even when they're clearly CGI are still very charming, and the list goes on and on. Now, you've probably heard about mothers who, under extreme circumstances when their child is in danger, will protect them by lifting up a car or some other heavy object. But I bet you have never seen a mother save her child in a way that this movie begins. Right from the start, I knew I was going to love this, and I knew it was going to be epic because of how insanely large and powerful the waterfall that is the centerpiece for the first act is. I have no way to calculate how big this waterfall is, but imagine Niagara Falls, but probably twice as wide and probably 10 times as tall. And once our hero grows up, which happens very quickly, it is clear that he is drawn to the top of this waterfall, which seems like an impossible climb. He charms his adoptive village and he shows them incredible feats of strength, and then he ascends the waterfall, making jumps where gravity doesn't exist, and he has the grip strength of a heavy-duty vice grip. When he finally meets his love interest, they have a very cute and charming fight that is full of so much charm and creativity. It's all lighthearted fun, but I can definitely see this scene rubbing some people the wrong way in 2023. And many of the sets in this movie, including the one where the love interests meet for the first time, have this magical storybook quality and charm to them, much like the sets in The Princess Bride. Now, one thing that I've never seen before, and maybe someone can explain this to me, but while watching this on Netflix, anytime there was an animal on screen, it would show the letters CGI in the bottom left corner of the screen. I assume this is to let the audience know that the animal isn't real and no animals were harmed during the making of the movie. It's just something I've never seen before. Another thing of note is that on Netflix, most movies have a single version of the movie, and while you're watching that movie, you can change the language to multiple different languages. But for some reason, this movie is listed multiple times on Netflix, each with only a single language. And for some reason, the English version of the movie is 20 minutes shorter than the other versions. But as far as the film goes, it was a fun ride. I think if I had seen this before I saw RRR, it would have blown my socks off just a bit more. Now, still enjoyed every bit of it, and the third act culminated in probably the most epic battle I've ever seen on screen. The sheer amount of extras and costumes and weapons and explosions and arrows is a scale that just doesn't happen that often in movies anymore. It's been years since I've watched the Lord of the Rings films, but I feel that the epic battles in those movies are the only thing that I can equate to the epic battle in this movie. And this one's probably a little bit more epic. And the story was pretty straightforward. It's about a man on a hero's journey, looking for love and being called to do something great. It has all of the traditional beats of this type of story, but it's just told in such a charming and inventive way. I just love the direction of this movie, and every shot looks beautiful with charming storybook sets or large epic environments. And even some scenes, including the big night rain battle, have an almost comic book look to them. When RRR ended, I was ready for more, and this film gave it to me. And the best part is, this is only the beginning. There is another 2 hours and 45 minute sequel that concludes the story, which I cannot wait to watch. Bullfights, epic battles, epic sets, impossible jumps, leading a charge on horseback, raising impossibly large gold statues, thousands of soldiers behind a wall of shields,